In 1987, Def Leppard released their fourth album, Hysteria. This is the Rock and Roll Weatherman. My name is Sean Morrison. Came out on August 3rd of 1987, and it was a follow-up to the band's 1983 breakthrough album, Pyromania. And yes, it was a very long 4-year wait from the Pyromania album, and it was plagued by delays, which included the aftermath of Def Leppard drummer Rick Allen when he got into an accident that cost him his left arm on New Year's Eve of 1984. And subsequent to the album's release, Def Leppard published a book titled Animal Instinct, the Def Leppard Story, which was written by Rolling Stone magazine editor David Frickel on the 3-year recording process of Hysteria and the difficult times the band endured through the mid-80s, lasting 62 minutes and 32 seconds, the band's longest studio album to date. I did not realize the Def Leppard album was that long, to be honest. It's been a long time since I've listened to this Def Leppard album, Hysteria, in its entirety, and I'll be dead honest with you, it's because the album, in my opinion, is played out with a lot of the songs. When you got 7 of them being released as singles, that's even more crazier. It's like Michael Jackson's Thriller. Almost every song got released as a single back in that day. And this was their third and final album to be produced by Robert John Mutt Lang. And the title of the album was conceived by Allen, referring to his car accident, the amputation of his arm, the ensuing media coverage surrounding it, and his last album to feature Steve Clark before his death in 1991. But some songs that were co-written by him appeared on the Adrenalize album in 1992. But when the album first came out, believe it or not, initial sales stalled outside the band's devoted fan base. It soon became a worldwide commercial success, reaching #1 on both the Billboard Top 200 and the UK album charts. And it's the best-selling album to date, selling over 20 million copies worldwide, 12 million of them in the United States alone. It's spawned 7 hit singles, and it remains one of the best-selling albums of all time. Now, getting back to when the album came out, I remember the first song I thought there was a single. I remember hearing Women first. And Woman was the first single. And that song really didn't do anything in America, really, as a single on the Hot 100, you know. It stalled at number 80, despite being a number 7 mainstream rock hit. The one song that I did like off this album, which was my favorite songs off the album, is Animal. And that fared a little better on the mainstream rock chart at number 7. I thought it was a top 40 hit, but according to the Billboard Hot 100, it's only number 80. I thought it was a top 20 single. Maybe they have it wrong here. I honestly don't know it at the moment. I thought it was a top 20 single. Then, of course, the third single was Pour Some Sugar on Me, and of course, that went to number 1. Actually, no, Pour Some Sugar on Me went to number 1. They have something wrong over here on the days the singles were released. The reason why I'm saying that is because I remember Hysteria hitting number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, and I think that was before Pour Some Sugar on Me. So I think some of this information that Miss Morrison has isn't fully correct. But when Pour Some Sugar came out, that went to number 1, and the rest was history. And when I saw them in concert, believe it or not, in 1988, with my friend Scott, Love Bites was not even performed because that was not even an official single yet. That ended up becoming like single number 6 after Armageddon. And then, of course, the 7th single was the song Rocket. And, there's a lot of delays with this record being done. What's his name? The producer, Mr. Lang, had his own auto accident. He had leg injuries. He quickly recovered, and Joy even had the mumps in late 1986. That is fucking crazy. If what I mean. And even Pour Some Sugar on Me was a last minute composition. Imagine that wasn't released. Um, Imagine that wasn't released as a single. Who knows what would have happened? But apparently, um, Animal was the lead single in every country. This is now I got my answer because I knew this wasn't true. Because the United States and Canada, Woman was the first single, and the Goldest album from producer Robert John Lang wanted this to be a hard rock version of Michael Jackson's Thriller, with every track to be a potential hit single. Well, he got his wishes. It looked like it definitely did happen. Now I'm going to go over every track on this album. I'm not going over the bonus track, the bonus releases and everything, because there's like a few of them with B-sides and everything. Now, of course, on side one we had Woman, we had Rocket, we had Animal, we have Love Bites, we have Pour Some Sugar on Me, and we have Armageddon It. And honestly, the only two songs I really listen to anymore off of this is Woman and Animal. I'm not knocking Rocket, I'm not knocking Love Bites, I'm not knocking Pour Some Sugar on Me, and I'm not knocking Armageddon, but they're too fucking played out every time on the radio. And, after a while I got tired of Pour Some Sugar on Me. Love Bites I could tolerate every once in a while. And then side two was Gods of War, Don't Shoot Shotgun, Run Riot, Excitable, Love and Affection. Did I say Run Riot, Hysteria, Excitable, Love and Affection? Of course, Hysteria is the best song on side two. It's like, then you got Love and Affection is probably like the deepest track on the album. Don't Shoot Shotgun is iffy at this point. Maybe back then I tolerated it. Gods of War, I could listen to Gods of War once in a while. I'm gonna be dead honest. If this album came out now, who knows how or what I would have liked off of it. But some of these songs are overplayed, so I don't know anyone in their mind, honestly, that will listen to Pour Some Sugar on Me on a daily basis and not get sick of the freaking song. Back in the day, it was on the radio at least, I would say, 1,000,000 times a day. And now, what happens if you have on Sirius XM and the 80s channel's playing it, then Classic Rock Rewind's playing it, then who knows if Hair Nation decided to play it, and say you heard that song on those channels, say, within 24 hours or whatever, it's going to remind you of the same thing. It's unbelievable. Friends, if you're not subscribed to the Sean Morrison YouTube channel, please do so. Everyone else out there subscribed, we thank you much for the continued love, honor, and support. It is greatly appreciated. So, it was a big selling album for Def Leppard with Hysteria, and featured on the album, of course, on lead vocals, Joe Elliott, Phil Collin on the guitars, Steve Clark on the guitars, Rick Savage on the bass, and on Hysteria he played a jangle guitar, wherever the fuck that is, and Rick Allen drums and backing vocals. I'm laughing at this one because I didn't even know about this one, but the Bankett Brothers, which was Def Leppard, Robert John Lang, and Rocky Newton. And then uncredited, doing additional backing vocals on Animal is an English songwriter and actor, Gary Kemp. Don't know much who he really is. And like I said, it was like number one almost all over Australia, number one, number 5 in Canada, number 14 on the Dutch album charts, number 7 in Europe, Finnish number 1, Finnish albums in Finland, number 1. Germany, number 10, Japan 12, Norwegian albums, number 1, New Zealand, number 1, Swedish album charts, number 2, the Swiss album charts, number 2, UK is number 1, Billboard Top 200 is number 1, and the US Cashback albums charts, which was another type of a music chart up until the late 90s, also hit number 1. And then in 2017, 2018, it was number 71 on the Austrian album charts, 153 Belgian albums. Then we had more Belgian albums at number 76, the US top catalog number 1, and I believe our top rock albums at number 5. And then you wonder who the hell is buying the Hysteria album in freaking 2007 or 2018. But hey, it could be new fans that are just figuring out Def Leppard, getting the information from their parents and who knows who else. If you think about it. And friends, if you're not subscribed to the Sean Morrison YouTube channel, please do so. Everyone else has to subscribe. Once again, thank you very much for the continued love, honor, and support. It's greatly appreciated. 12 million copies in the United States for 12 times platinum, double platinum in the United Kingdom for 600,000, 50,000 copies in Sweden and Switzerland, gold and platinum, respectively. There, New Zealand and Norway. New Zealand had 15,000 copies for platinum, gold in Norway 50,000. Malaysia, it sold 7,000 copies. Japan went gold with 100,000. Double platinum in Ireland was 30,000. Denmark went gold for 10,000 copies sold. Canada is a diamond award for $1 million. In Australia, 4 times platinum with 280,000 copies sold. Definitely odd how some of the charts in different countries are figured out. So, friends, what are your favorite songs off the Def Leppard album, Hysteria? I am going to say mine again. I will give you what my favorite ones are. Woman, Animal, Hysteria, and Love Bites. I'm not putting Pour Some Sugar on Me in my top 5 because honestly it's overplayed and I don't really listen to it that much anymore. When I was younger, maybe I did like it, but too overplayed these days. So, friends, what are your favorite songs off the Def Leppard album, Hysteria? Leave your comments here. Shame, shame, shame.